Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode we have a very bizarre, interesting thing to take a look at, and that is Google Toolbar. But not just Google Toolbar itself, but I do want to give a little bit of a backstory for those of you who don't know what Google Toolbar is. I did a full video on this back in March because it turns out even though this software clearly hasn't been updated in many years, Google still offers it for download on their website. You can go right now to google.com/toolbar and download this for Internet Explorer 6.0 or above. It is only for Internet Explorer, which makes sense because it's the only browser still around that actually utilizes toolbars. Though its time is limited, Microsoft has announced they're going to be killing off the browser in 2022. So yeah, in that video we kind of investigate this. We take a look at the current state of this product and why Google is still offering it for download in 2021, an age where Internet Explorer makes up less than 1% of worldwide browser market share when you account for all platforms. Not only that, but the toolbar itself isn't even completely functional anymore in its current state, and it makes references, the main page here, makes references to non-existent Google services like Google Plus and Google Instant. Now, you can still download this and search with it, but there are some things that it once was able to do that it cannot do anymore. And it was just this really bizarre case of events. What's even more bizarre, though, is an email that I got from a viewer who said that his RTX 2070 graphics card from ASUS came with a driver CD that had Google Toolbar on it. Yeah, he bought an RTX 20 series graphics card and it came with Google Toolbar on the driver CD. And after looking into this, I've been able to find that this is not just a one-off thing. In fact, let me show you the image that he sent me right here. So this is the driver CD for the ASUS ROG Strix RTX 2070 graphics card. And this includes, you know, the display driver, VGA multi-language manual, your typical stuff you would see on a driver CD. But you get down here, you have Google Chrome, okay, that makes sense. And then you have Google Toolbar right here. And it just makes me wonder, why on earth are they still doing this? I mean, with the 20 series graphics card, why are they offering Google Toolbar? Why is this included on the driver CD? Now, of course, the 20 series is not the latest generation of NVIDIA GPUs, but it's still recent. It just is very bizarre. So I did some digging, and I was able to find that this is not some one-off thing. As I said, I'm sure I'm going to get some people that are going to go, oh, this is Photoshop, there's no way. No, because I've been able to find other photos of this being on the driver CD. Now, the first source I came across was this article from Hex Mojo, and this is their preliminary review of the ASUS ROG Strix GeForce RTX 2070 OC, and this was published in December of 2018. And if we scroll down here, you know, you've got images of the GPU. It talks about, you know, this is obviously like the main content of this article is about the GPU and its performance. But right here, there's this image where they've captured the driver CD. Now, obviously, the driver CD is not the main content of this image here. It's not the main subject, the GPU is, right? But I was able to open that image up in Windows Photo Viewer here. I've got it right here. And we can rotate this image and zoom in. And you can see right here, you can barely make it out, but this says Google Toolbar. It's just, you have the TO in Toolbar here. Now, this is a different version. This is version 1434 of this CD. The viewer who sent me an image of his CD, this is version 1494. So this is a newer version. And yes, for those wondering, he did send me an ISO image that we are going to be checking out later on in this video. But before we do that, I want to show you that I was able to find yet another image right here, and this is version 1434. So this is a better shot of this CD, and this is the source right here, Tech4Gamers. Just want to give them credit. This is their photo that they took. And you can see right here, there is Google Toolbar, and again, Google Chrome. Now, the reason that, like, because I've not seen anyone else mention this. Like, this was the first that I ever heard about this. The only other mention I was able to find of somebody mentioning Google Toolbar on a CD from ASUS is this tweet right here from Jacob Rossi. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your last name wrong there. From May 11th, 2015. Now, this is not the exact same thing. This is a disc that was bundled with an ASUS motherboard, but for some reason, under the drivers tab here, you have Google Chrome, Google Toolbar, and Norton Internet Security. And Jacob is saying in this tweet that these are not drivers at all. Why are they in the drivers tab here? So it's just, now this is obviously like some sort of partnership going on, but in the case of Google Toolbar, like, I don't know if this was something that ASUS, like, they had some partnership with Google in, like, I don't know, 2009, that they signed, like, a 20-year partnership or something, to where they still have to continually offer Chrome. Because, again, I can understand Chrome, that makes sense, but why Toolbar? My guess is this agreement was made at a time where Chrome was not the most popular web browser, and Google wanted to still push Google Toolbar to IE users to get them to maybe eventually switch to Chrome, or just get them used to having that Google search bar integrate into their browser. And after doing a couple of quick Google searches, I really wasn't able to find anything other than this tweet here. You've got some mentions of like Google Toolbar in Windows 8.1 from 8 forums, as a post from 2013. You've got Google Toolbar 4, and this is searching specifically for ASUS and Google Toolbar in quotation marks here. Now this is just for ASUS RTX 20 series graphics cards. Here's a post on 7 forums about Google Toolbar, someone saying it's not remembering searches, and they mentioned the word ASUS when they're talking about their motherboard. They're listing out their computer specs there. Here's a review from CNET. So yeah, there's not really a whole lot of people talking about this, and the reason why is pretty self-explanatory. Nobody uses the driver disk anymore. If you buy a GPU, you're going to go to the manufacturer's website to download the driver software. You're not going to use the included disk in the box. Everyone just tosses those aside and pays no attention to it because you want to get the latest version of the drivers and the software, and the best way to do that is to go to the manufacturer's website. So nobody uses these, especially if you're building a gaming PC that you don't even bother getting a DVD drive for, and you're not going to need that if you just want to play games on your computer, modern games that is, because you can just download everything digitally. And if you go to ASUS's website, this is for the ROG Strix RTX 2070 again here, in all of the downloads they have available for it, Google Toolbar is not anywhere. So you've got the Tweak 2 software, you've got the driver software here, this is the Game Ready driver download here. There's no mention of Google Toolbar anywhere, even if we change our OS back to Windows 7 64-bit. And we go down here to see all downloads here. I can do a search for Google. Nothing is going to come up. And this is not just with the RTX or the ROG Strix RTX 2070 from ASUS. Right here, we have an image from POKDE.net, and this is of an RTX 2080. And if we open this image in a new tab and zoom in on it, you can see right here, right there, Google Toolbar. You can faintly make it out. In fact, I believe this image right here was taken of the contents of what was inside an RTX 2080 box. And obviously this makes sense because manufacturers are going to include multiple drivers on one disk. They're not just going to have one singular disk for the RTX 2080 and one for the 2070. So that's why you have this across multiple cards. But ASUS, like I said, appears to be the only manufacturer, at least that I've seen, that is still doing this. Now, these manufacturers have obviously picked up on the fact that nobody uses these driver disks anymore, so that's why in the 30 series cards from ASUS, they don't include them. So this unboxing video is from Mild Fact. I'll have this video down below if you want to go check it out. In this unboxing video, the card is obviously unboxed, and right here, instead of a DVD, you get this little card that just tells you to download drivers and software. Please visit the ASUS support site and select graphics cards, yada, yada, yada. We all know how that works, right? So they aren't including them with the 30 series cards, but you know, it's not weird that they include the driver disk. It's just weird that it has Google Toolbar on it. And like I said, my current theory is that this was just some long-term deal that ASUS made with Google back like many years ago, and they just have to include this to comply with those contractual terms that they agreed upon. That's just speculation that might be completely wrong, but obviously we're not going to know like for sure unless we get a response from ASUS, which they're probably not. I mean, nobody really, like, this isn't like a huge deal at all. It's just kind of weird, and it's interesting, and it's a topic that I thought would be really neat to just dive into on this channel. So what I've got mounted in this virtual machine's drive, if we open up File Explorer here, is the driver disk that came with the viewer who sent this to me, his RTX 2070. So we're going to, let's just double click on it and see what happens. So it comes up with user account control, obviously. Now, I have taken a look at this before here, just full disclosure, but I've not installed Google Toolbar off of this disk. But if we go to install here, right, it'll say, do you want to read the contents or the context of warranty? That's kind of a typo there. We'll say sure, and that just opens up the manual here. And right here, we get, please select the options you want to install. Google Chrome, Google Toolbar, you got the display driver, ASUS GPU tweak, and ASUS APRP. You know, you can install, now I wonder what version of Chrome it's going to install. Is this going to be the latest version when this CD was produced? But under manual here, let's go to user manual, and I'm curious if it makes any mentions in here of Google Toolbar. So we'll go to open in Microsoft Edge here. 0 of 0, there are no matches, and just to show you it is actually searching the PDF. We'll search for toolbar, search for tool, not a thing. So yeah, it makes no mention of it. Now, the contents, like where Google Toolbar is stored on the CD, it's stored under utility here. So the version of Chrome that's on here, we have this interesting, so this here is not, oh, this was signed by Google Inc. It just looks like a different icon there. It's got a timestamp of 2014. Holy cow. It's that old? Okay, so yeah, I mean, they were still called Google Incorporated back then and not Google LLC, as they, of course, they made that change in, what, I think 2015, 2016, maybe 2017. But, okay, we're gonna have to check this out here. And the version of Google Toolbar was also last modified in 2014. Yeah, May 15th, 2014, which I don't believe. I think the latest version, let me just, latest stable release was in 2016. If you saw my original Google Toolbar video, you'll know there's all sorts of weird discrepancies. The copyright dates are all over the place. Some of them actually say copyright 2021. Actually, no, it was the digital signature that that was from 2021. So the executable you download, in fact, I can do it right here. So this right here is the latest version of Google Toolbar that I'm downloading from the official website. And if we go to properties here and go to digital signatures, you can see this was signed on Monday, April 12th, 2021. So the digital signature is still being updated. Now, if we go to details here, the copyright date is 2018. So these are some of the discrepancies that I'm talking about, but both of these dates are still newer than what we have on the disk itself. So let's go back to the installer here and install everything except for the drivers themselves and the ASUS utilities. This is a virtual machine here, so you know, it has its own VMware display driver. It's not going to make sense to install these. So we'll just get Chrome and Google Toolbar. We'll hit install. Wow, that is an old Chrome logo. ASUS recommends Google Chrome, a faster way to browse the web. Sure. Now I wonder if it does the same thing with Google Toolbar, if it comes up and says ASUS recommends Google Toolbar. Oh my gosh, check out this EULA here. August 12th, 2010. Oh, that's beautiful. And it does the same thing with Google Toolbar here. Free Google Toolbar for Internet Explorer. Google Toolbar makes web browsing more convenient. Install the free Google Toolbar along with ASUS. You're going to install ASUS. Okay, you can remove it easily at any time. Great. We'll hit OK. And yeah, this is a pretty old version of Chrome here. It's opened up, why did it open up two windows here? Oh, an XSplit Gamecaster is... Oh, I didn't even scroll down here. There are other... Oh, wow. I didn't even realize there was a scroll bar here. Yeah, but this is an old version of Chrome. Let's see how old it is. I mean, the, Hey, this is Michael from the future here. I'm currently editing this video, and I just want to touch on something that I noticed while editing that I didn't notice when I was recording this video, and that is the Relaunch Chrome in Windows 8 mode option in this menu here. So I went ahead and reinstalled this old version of Google Chrome on this Windows 10 virtual machine, and we're going to see what happens because I didn't try this out in the original cut of this video. So let's try to relaunch Chrome in Windows 8 mode and see what happens. To change your default apps, go to Settings, Apps, Default Apps. Okay, wanting us to change the web browser, so we'll change that to Chrome. I do not want to use Edge. And let's try this again. It just relaunches the browser. Yeah, so normally under Windows 8, this would open up Google Chrome in a full screen modern UI application. Obviously, that doesn't happen anymore, but this gives you an idea at how old this version of Chrome is. Anyways, back to the video. The EULA said 2010, the digital signature was from 2014, so I'm guessing a version from 2014. Let's go to settings here. Gosh, this takes me back because this is an old version of Chrome here. Copyright 2013, version 31. Now, I don't want it to update, actually. I'm going to close out of this. November 12th, 2013. Yeah, that's That's pretty old. That's a bit out of date here. Let's see if it can update. I mean, since it already started to update, let's see if it can actually update straight from this version to the newest version. So we go to help here. And let's just start the, oh look, we've got the, like, Windows Classic scroll bars here. It wants to do a reboot here. Okay, we'll do a reboot first. Alright, so we're back, and the first thing we are greeted with is this message from LED Control Service, because we installed this and we don't have an ASUS graphics card, so it lets us know that. But we're going to open up Chrome here. In fact, I think this is the new, oh yeah, Chrome updated. Oh, check that out. At least it's on a newer version. Yeah, it's on version 56 now. It just updated in the background before we restarted. So it'll probably be able to jump from here to the latest version, whatever that is. But let's open up Internet Explorer here. Toolbars. Google Toolbar. There it is. Do you want to enable this add-on? Yes. And yep, there it is. Thank you for installing Google Toolbar as part of a bundle. I wonder if there's some sort of ASUS branding anywhere. So yeah, right off the bat, I'm noticing a lot of similarities to the version we took a look at in that video. And by the way, if you want to know which of these features still work, which features don't, you can go check out that video. I'm not going to get into that here, but just out of curiosity, let's go to settings here, and we'll go to About Google Toolbar. And Chrome looks like it needs to relaunch, so we'll let it do that here. And let's see if we get the latest version of Chrome now. Yeah, so this is the newest version, so we just had to update to that version in between the two. So this is Google Toolbar 7.5.4501. Copyright 2013. Now the newest version we took a look at in that video from a couple months ago was version 7.5.8231 from 2014, or at least the copyright date is 2014. So very, very close. This is not that far off from the version. And again, just the fact that this version here is from 2014 is hilarious. That again, Google's still offering it. But yeah, it said when we installed it, thank you for installing this partnered version of Toolbar or something to that effect. So I wonder if there's any ASUS branding. I don't see anything. We can pin all buttons up here. I don't see anything here. So there's not like a custom widget or anything. I mean, it probably wouldn't even work anyways, even if there was. Or I don't know, maybe it would. Maybe they would still be maintaining that. It's just so weird. It's very, it's just really, really bizarre. And like I said, my honest guess is that this was some contractual agreement that Google and ASUS came to back, like, I don't know, 15 years ago, and they just signed like a long-term contract to where ASUS had to keep offering this old version of Chrome. I would think they would want to update it to the latest version. I would think Google would be saying, oh yeah, here's the newest version of Chrome, put this on the CD. Oh, Google Toolbar is not really a thing anymore. I mean, it still is, but you guys saw the state that it's in. So this could literally be a case of ASUS just forgetting that their driver CD for their 20 series RTX graphics cards has an old version of Chrome and Google Toolbar on them, which I think is pretty hilarious. However this happened, it's absolutely hilarious, and I just wanted to cover it in this video. But yeah, there you have it, guys. That is another way you can get Google Toolbar. Just go out and buy an ASUS 20 series or an RTX 20 series graphics card from ASUS. That's all I've got for you all today. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below and turn on those channel notifications if you haven't already to get notified whenever I upload a new video, which I do multiple times every single week on this channel. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.